Hey everyone, welcome back to Anime Sekai Podcast. I'm your host, Mikan.
And I am your host, Ichigo. What's up, guys?
Hey guys. Join us this week as we review Attack on Titan Season 4, Part 1. Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Welcome back. We are back with another exciting one because, it's my favorite. These are my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be sad when it's finally over. But we are here to review Attack on Titan Season 4. Guys, can you believe it? Ichigo is on Season 4. That is
I
crazy.
know. I
That's crazy
know.
work.
That time flew by
Wish
real quick.
it did. I never thought I would see this day. I thought I would be closer to my deathbed, but apparently not.
I wasn't going to make you wait that long. I'm not
But
evil.
I know. But you guys, we are on Season 4, Part 1. This is crazy.
It feels good, though. Not going to lie.
It's like my dream come true. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it truly is.
What are you going to do after this point? Like,
I'm
if
just
I
gonna
actually finish
cry.
it, what
There's
are you going
nothing.
to do?
Maybe One Piece. Like, I'm. You
Oh,
have to
yo, no,
watch
no.
One Piece.
That's not going to happen.
I don't
That
know
is
though. There's
not
not
going to happen.
much. Not that there's not much to review for One Piece, but it's different. This has more. Attack on Titan has more moral dilemmas, if you will.
Yeah, I would agree because let me tell you something. Felt I was a little too. I don't even know how to put it into words. Okay,
Okay.
I was like, am I watching American history all over? Like,
Well, why don't we start off with well, you guys just giving a heads up. If you have not seen the show already,
you late.
I don't know what to tell you. It's a little too late by this time.
If
Um,
you've made it to this episode
you
and
should
you've
have
listened
probably
to the
watched it.
other episodes,
Mhm.
then you good. You're
Yeah.
set.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure by now you already should have seen this. I don't know what to tell y'all, but we will be spoiling part 1 at least. So, letting you know, if you haven't already, now's the time to turn away and go watch. But Ichigo, overall for this
Mm-hmm.
part, what is your like review? Like what is your rating? What is your review?
Oh, 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what about okay, up until this point, is this what was your favorite season? Like or part or whatever?
Well, I haven't finished the seasons yet, so ask me
No,
at
I
the end
know.
when I
But like I'm
finish.
talking about like the before, like the seasons before I'm
Oh,
talking about.
um, I say season 3 is still my favorite.
Okay, yeah,
Like
season 3 is
season 3
really
would
good.
probably be like a 9.5,
Yeah.
and then this is a 9, or maybe even
Wow,
an
where's the
8.5. I feel like the reason I would kind of drop the rating down a little bit is simply
Mhm.
because I felt like so much was thrown at me at one point
Yeah.
in the beginning, and I was like, did I miss like there was a lot of did I miss something in the last season? And I know I didn't miss anything.
Mhm.
But I was very, very confused.
Okay, well, hopefully we can sort out the confusion. I mean, there are still some parts, some things that probably weren't explained that might be later on.
Right.
Um, yeah, it's hard because this up until this season, we don't have really much information. They're just in fight mode, and then suddenly history and what's happening, current events, like everything just is explained at once. It's like a lot to take in.
Mhm. That's why I'm kind of like, what's going on, guys? Like, what? Who approved this? I will
But
say, there's one thing I will say who approved this, but we'll get to it later.
okay, so you did give it a pretty high rating.
Mhm.
Um, did you have let's talk about did you have a favorite character?
Mm. Other than Mikasa, no.
Okay. Oh, I did have a question. Did you like their new looks?
It threw me.
It
I was
did,
like,
didn't it?
dang. dang, how much time has passed between season 3 and season
I
4?
know. I feel like they never changed this much, and then suddenly you're like, "Who are these people?"
Exactly. And that threw me for a whole loop simply
Yeah.
because I was looking at Aaron and listening to Aaron talk, and I was like, "That he sounds like Aaron, but that's not Aaron. There ain't no way that this is Aaron." And he kept
Mhm.
talking, and I was like, and then they showed his face, and I was like,
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I was like, Is this Aaron?" But they call him by a different name, and I remember like sending you a snap, and I was like, "This dude looked like Aaron."
Yeah. You were like, "Who is this Aaron?" I was
I
dying.
was like, but then they called him by a different name, and I was like, "Okay, so it's not Aaron. It might be a descendant," is what I was thinking. I was like, "How did we get to this point?" It was a lot
You
of how,
you know what
what the
kills me?
hell's going on? How we get to this point?
You know what kills me? I don't think that was actually supposed to be, like, a mystery. I think that was just a mystery for you, which I was laughing at so hard.
I was the only one that didn't get the punchline. I was like, "Who is this dude? Like, bro, where he
You're
come
just watching
from?"
the whole show like, "Do they have a new main character? Like, what's happening?"
Well, and I'm like, "Okay, when is Aaron coming out?"
Yeah.
And then we get to the part this is like more than halfway through the first part of the season. They get to the part where he's literally sitting in front of Reiner, and Reiner is like, "Aaron." And I was like,
Is
"I
that what he
knew it
really
was Aaron." Yes.
Oh my god.
No, 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 no. Actually, I found out before that. I take it back. I take it back. When the doctor comes out
Mhm.
and talks to Aaron, and you find out the doctor is Aaron's granddaddy.
Mm.
That's when I was like, "Is that Aaron? I think that is Aaron. Oh snap,
And
that's Aaron." But in
and
my
then
head, I was like, maybe not because they keep calling this dude by a different name. Maybe not.
mhm.
Maybe
And then it
not.
was confirmed
And then it was
when he
confirmed, and I was like, "Oh dang, I feel like I should have got that, but I didn't. It's alright."
wasn't that like half like, maybe like 2 1/3 to 2/3 into
Yeah.
this show. Oh, that's hilarious.
That's why I was like, "Oh, oh well."
You're just like, "Let me just figure this out."
I wasn't too pressed about it. I wasn't
Mhm.
too pressed. I was really pressed about who them little kids were at first, because you
Okay,
started off
yeah.
the season with the kids, and I was like, "Where these kids come from?"
Yeah.
That's my other downside of watching Attack on Titan and watching like binging it. Because heaven forbid if I had watched this show while it was coming out every single week, I would have been hella confused.
Yes, you would've.
Like, especially the part between the end of season 3 to season 4 and the way that season 4 started, you got these little kids in the army. I really thought
Yeah.
that there was a flashback, and
Mhm.
it wasn't. It was present day. And I was
Yep.
like, how did we get from the end of season 3 where they're standing on a beach and they're like, "Oh, on the other side of the ocean, just think there's a whole nother civilization full of people that can turn into titans." And then you get to season 4, and all of a sudden there's a war that done broke out, and people getting blown up,
Yeah.
and you got this little boy who is basically running for his life. And I was like, "Wait, did I miss something? Was there something
Mhm.
in between the episodes that I was supposed to watch that gave context? Because I'm missing the
Mhm.
context."
Now, imagine you waited a year and then you saw that first episode and it ended it was
Oh,
basically we didn't
I
see any of
probably
the
wouldn't have even watched it because it would
you
have
probably
been
been
too
like, "What
long.
is this another anime?" Like,
Yeah,
because we didn't
that's
see the
literally
original
how I felt.
characters.
Exactly. That's literally how I felt. I was like, "Did Crunchyroll mess up?
Yeah.
This is not Attack on Titan. What am I watching right now? Why are they in what what's going on?"
Mhm.
And it
I mean, I
wasn't
don't
until
blame
they
you.
said they call them uh Mar I'm trying to say it in English. I can't say it in Japanese. Marlejin,
Yeah, Marley.
Marlians.
Yeah, Marlians, yeah.
It wasn't when it was when they said we Marlians, and I was like, "Okay, this is Attack on Titan. What is
Mhm.
going on?" How'd this war break out? I like how you go from they're on the beach to boom, now we coming at you in this war. And then I was even more confused because there are people who had nothing to do with a war and were not mentioned in any of the previous seasons that is now
Yeah.
at war with Marley.
Yep. We get to see the rest of the world now.
Well, yeah, yeah. I will say, just side note, my favorite line in this whole entire part one was when Armin asked, I can't think of that guy's name, the black guy. He was like,
Onyekopon,
Yeah,
I
is
think
that
that's
his
his
name
name.
for real?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god. I thought that was a nickname that she just
Yeah,
gave
I
him.
know. I know.
When he asked him, he's like, "Okay, so why is your skin brown? Like, why are you dark?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "That's relatable because that has actually happened to me before."
In
I'm not
Japan?
kidding. It's happened to me in Japan and it's happened to me here in the States as well.
In the States?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
But
there's
both
some
have
places.
with the States, it was a little kid. Well, both
Oh.
were kids. Both Japan and the States were kids. But anyway, yeah, when Armin asked that question, I was like, "Really, Armin?
Yeah.
Really? That's the
His
question that you asked?" But he
his
didn't even
curious
ask like you
mind
could have you bet like ask
couldn't
it
take it.
subtly. He was just flat out like, "So can you tell me why you're dark?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Dang. You can't ease into the question a little bit like so."
Nope. Just going straight for it. He has an inquisitive mind.
Apparently.
Well,
Ugh.
I know you hate on Armin. What did you think of him this season?
I plead the fifth.
Why? Why? What?
Yeah, I still don't like Armin,
What?
okay?
Listen, he he did what he had to. He went in there and he also in the end he went and smacked Aaron. Like, come on,
Oh, yeah, no, I was proud of him for that,
defending
okay, I
Mikasa.
will he got a few bounty points for that, just a
Yeah,
few.
I'm a little proud of him. And
I
of
was
all
a little
people,
proud of him for
hit
that,
Aaron.
but
Aaron
I
of
was
all.
not I was mad because, once again, you are at war with a whole 'nother I'll say country. You're at war with a whole 'nother country. Before you turn into a titan, once again, you have signed up for the army. You have become a titan. You gon' obviously have to kill people. Okay?
Yeah,
This what you gonna have to do. At this point, you just going it is what it is
but it's different
for
because they're
him.
killing civilians.
I mean, oh, okay. I get that. I get that. But at the same time, actually, you know what? Let me shut up. Let me
No, I know what you mean. It's
You
wait,
know
what
what
were
I
you gonna say
mean?
though?
So what I was gonna say was that's what you signed up for, because I don't want to say like people in the army just be going out killing civilians. That's not what I want to put out there. But what I'm saying is like it's war.
Mhm.
It is war. There are going to be, unfortunately, there are going to be casualties.
Yes.
And everybody in the army understands that. Armin is the only one where it still has not registered in his mind, despite this man being in the core for so long, to eventually turning into a colossal titan. That man can take people out with a flick of his wrist.
Mhm.
No, he can take a whole he you literally took out a whole city by just transforming by himself, and he was in the ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for him to I guess I understand him being hesitant,
Yeah.
but you can't be hesitant and crying every single time you gotta basically do your job. If
Well, I
that's the
feel like
case, find something else to do.
well, the thing is that was his plan, which I think is also the most hardest part for him. He's the brains behind the operation, and he knows what's going to like, more than
So then
likely
what's he
going to
crying
happen.
for?
I mean, he wasn't crying, he was just like, "Oh, man." Okay, yeah, he took a moment there. But,
He
like,
was
listen, it
crying.
was his first time killing a civilian, or not just a civilian, killing civilians, okay? And the thing is, I do feel for him, like, I totally agree with you, like, I understand it's like, this is what you signed up for. Granted, they didn't fully sign up because Aaron just went there and they had to go and get him and do all this, so they had to
Which
think of a plan. So
I
in that
need context on that part because I was like, "How in
yeah.
the hell did you get there?"
So, I mean, we see in the end, like, they start to understand things like ships, they start to understand things like
Yeah.
trains and technology, because the other people bring it to them. So, it's not that difficult of a feat to get to Marley now. Um,
Mhm.
and Aaron basically, on his own, pieced out from his group and snuck in there on by himself without
Anybody
basically, he kind
knowing?
of split from the group. He started to do
Yeah.
his own thing, talked with and then he met with, like it's from what we can see, like, it looks like he, concocted a plan with Zeke, and yeah. Well, actually, Zeke kinda came over there first.
Yeah, I was about to say Zeke went over there first.
Yeah, and then
Um,
concocted this plan, and then Aaron just went, "Alright, Imma just do this thing,"
right.
when they weren't fully ready to, like, pull a strike and whatnot yet. So he kinda selfishly did that, forcing all of them to have to go and come get him and have his back. But you have to
Hmm.
give it to him. You have to give him a little bit of credit. That was his first time crushing a town, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's
That's
sad
why I
because
said he got a little like, I understand a little bit, but
yeah, you're like, "Stop
he's
crying." This is what you
yeah,
said.
it was very much like, at this point, you too far into the game. Stop crying.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some of them were reluctant, like, John was a little like, what are we doing here?"
That was one
But
time in season 3, and he quickly, uh, came out of that.
who, John?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even in this part, he was also like, when is the killing gonna end?" Kinda thing.
I
He
mean,
was
yeah,
having a
but I
moment of
feel like as
weakness.
a soldier, that's just one thing that you question a
Yeah.
lot. Like when you're in the middle of war, it's like, okay, well, when is this going to be over? When are we going to be
Yeah.
at peace?
Yeah. I I will say, granted, it was all of their first time doing all this, right?
Hmm.
But also another thing I felt bad for is, like, they ended up becoming the threat that they feared as well, which was very
Yeah.
ironic and sad. But once again, it is war, and war is so messy and messed up.
Yeah. Ugh, that's
So
just
I
the
have a
part
que
that I hated.
yeah. You were like, "Aaron,
But
Armin, shape up, boy.
I was
Stop your
literally
crying."
like, Armin, you need to shape up because everybody else is shaped up. Everybody else like is like, okay, we got it. We understand. We following the assignment. Okay, Armin is like, I'm gonna follow the assignment, but let me get on a good cry first.
Let me cry a little bit.
But Mikasa's feelings gets hurt. And I'm like, oh Lord.
hate on Armin so bad.
What I thought was the funniest thing is that Armin or not Armin, Aaron literally was like, "Do you want to know why we've never fought before? It's because I knew I could take you. I knew
Yeah.
you weren't
I mean,
gonna
I think
beat me." And
everybody knew that.
I was like, look at Aaron spitting facts.
Mhm. What did you think of Aaron in this season, this part?
He's being sneaky, and I
Mhm.
don't like it.
Okay.
Very sneaky. He's doing it how I feel right now. He is getting everyone to hate him.
Mhm.
Ooh, how do I want to phrase this? He's basically a martyr. That's how I feel right in
Mm.
this moment. He
Mhm.
wants everybody to divert their attention to him, hate him, so that there's no more hate moving forward. Like he's
Mhm.
being pinpointed. He's like, look, the people of Marley, they gonna hate me for what I did. Right? I'm putting myself
Mhm.
in that role. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna attack and I'm gonna destroy everything. So now the people of Marley hate me. And
Mhm.
then when I go home, because they don't know what I'm doing, they think that I have um basically turned my back on them. They're gonna hate me. And thus, because everybody's pointing their hate to him, they won't hate each other. And in fact, he's gonna be enemy number one. And they gonna
Mhm.
start how I feel. I promise you I have not started part two. How I feel right now is that the people of Marley and then
Paradito,
yeah,
Paradise Island.
Paradito, I
Mhm.
think they're gonna start working together despite their differences because Aaron's gonna become enemy number one. And
Mm.
they're gonna join forces and join their technologies to turn against Aaron and then work
Mhm.
together to try to take Aaron and Zeke out.
Mhm.
That's how
You
I
know
feel right now
you know
with Aaron.
okay. I just love how Aaron somehow became a household name throughout the world. He became famous overnight, like
Right?
it's like, "Oh my god, he's famous." Like, everybody know his name?
Everybody knows his name
Oh, man.
because
Honestly,
he
I
definitely got jacked up once
he
they
did.
all got back to yo,
Mhm.
Levi. When Levi popped out on the screen and he was fighting, I was like, "Oh, Levi, get him!" I was screaming.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, better get him!" I just like the way he fights. It's smooth, it's crisp, it's precise,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I know you're fighting for a purpose, despite you being a big a hole.
Yeah.
Personality wise, you're a butthole, but
Yo, when he saw Aaron again and he just beat the
he
heck out
clocked
of
him.
and I'm glad Armin held Mikasa back because I think Aaron needed a little bit of a smackdown?
Yes, for what he said.
Uh-huh.
For what he said, yes, but I feel like he was trying to hurt them on purpose, and I think that's what
No, I
oh my
mean,
gosh,
this is in the
Coney didn't
beginning.
Coney say something? Oh, no, this is the beginning?
I'm talking about in the beginning when they pick up
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Aaron.
yeah, when they got Aaron back, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Levi's
Armin was
like,
like,
"Pow,
"Nah, he
pow,
need."
pow." That was so funny, I was dying.
No, I did like that part. I did.
Mhm. And Sasha's
But now I'm talking about that, okay?
death. And she died, like, really fast. It was so sad.
Right? I was like, "Dang." And you know what's funny? So, I haven't seen any spoilers, but I remember when we did our forgiveness episode, um,
Mhm,
we talked about characters that we could never forgive, right?
mhm.
And
Yeah.
I think you mentioned Gabby
Oh
in
my
that
god.
episode.
My favorite character.
You mentioned Gabby in the episode, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Who's Gabby?" And you said, "Oh, just keep watching Attack on Titan." I was like, "All right." So when we first were introduced to Gabby, I was like, "Oh, Gabby's a kid."
Mhm.
I thought she was an adult because I didn't look her
Nope.
up because you told me not to.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh snap, Gabby's a kid." And then she kept talking, and I was just like, "Gabby's annoying." But she's an
Mhm.
annoying kid, like she's a child. So like
Yeah.
she's just basically regurgitating everything that she was taught.
Yeah.
And then she saw shot oh my gosh, say that 50 times. She saw I can't get it out. She shot Sasha.
SSS. Oh my god.
Tongue twister. When basically she killed Sasha. There we go. That's better.
Yep. Yep.
I was like, "Oh yeah, she public enemy number 1."
Mhm.
She is now officially public enemy number 1
Yep.
for me, and
Yep.
she goes above Armin.
Mm.
How quickly she ranked to number 1.
Yes. Don't
Ugh.
worry, girl, you're not alone. She's, like, one of the most hated characters.
If she kills anybody else, she
Mm.
does she wait, can I ask, does she kill anybody else? No, never mind, because you 'cause you're gonna say, "I don't know."
I don't know.
If any of the following people die, I am not finishing the show. I don't care
Mhm.
at what point of the episode she kills them. It's gonna have to be the very last episode if that's the case, or the second to last episode. Okay, because if she kills Mikasa, Hanji, Koni, Levi, or any of them other scouts
Mhm.
at the beginning of part 2 of season 4, I'm not
Mhm.
finishing the show.
Imma make you either way.
No,
You're
I
gonna
would
have
look,
to.
I'm be like, "Look, we gonna have to do an episode. I don't care how it ends. I will Google spoilers because at this point, they done killed off my favorite character." Any
I
of them
know.
people? Mm-mm.
And
Nope.
it honestly, it's I was when I watched it, I remember I was like, "What? Already?" Because that came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? That the way she died was just dang. It was just like, "What?"
Random. Well, and also, why she gotta be the first one?
Yeah. I do think the reason for it was, one, obviously for us to hate Gubby because who wouldn't? But also Sasha was one of the more beloved characters, but she was also one of the more, even though she wasn't, like, a super righteous, like, outwardly righteous person, but she was always so caring and kind, like, in comparison to probably all of them.
Mm,
And so I
mm,
think they had to, it always almost like for the story to continue, they had to get rid of the best, nicest person, but also to make Gubby hated.
I don't like that.
But
I
yeah,
don't.
no.
Especially because she's a child, and so she is, like I said, she is regurgitating what she learned, what she
Yeah,
grew up on. All that hate is in her heart for people, number 1, she ain't never met before.
yeah.
I think my favorite part out of all of season 1 is when Gabby is staying with Sasha's family, which number 1, I didn't even put the 2 to 2 together until they went to,
Mm.
what's his name? Marco's place
Yeah, or
for
Nicolo,
dinner.
or what is Nicola?
Nicolo, whatever that man's name
The guy
is.
who loves Sasha, right?
It literally hit me. I was like, "Oh, that's Sasha's dad. Oh my god, Gabby, the murderer who killed Sasha, is with Sasha's dad. Are
Mhm.
you kidding me right now?" And then they meet with the girl, and the girl takes both of them to the house where her mom basically was eaten by a titan
Yeah,
and wasn't nobody saving her. And I'm glad that they explained who she actually was, because I
yeah.
was like, "Who is this random little girl?" And then she explained what happened to her, and I was like, "Oh, that's the girl from, what was season 2
I think so,
or the
yeah.
beginning of season 3?" I can't remember, but I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, something
man."
like that.
So, when she was going back and forth with Sasha, and Sasha was like, "Well, it's because the ancestors, like your ancestors did all of these bad things and they murdered a whole bunch of people." Like, she was basically just regurgitating
Yep. What
everything.
she
And that little
Mhm.
girl had a response. "Okay, well, what did my mom do? My
Yeah.
mom didn't kill nobody." She's like, "Okay, so but like I said, like that whole scene resonated with me so much." And I want, oh, do I want to say this?
Go for it.
It resonated with me because you have people who don't like a group of people
Mhm.
because of their differences, right? Or because
Yeah,
of something in the past.
yeah.
And it made me think, at what point in time did you look at this person and decide, well, I know about your ancestors, and I know because your ancestors did this, I'm not going to like you because your ancestors did this.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, well, this was so many generations ago. I'm not killing anybody. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm not hurting anybody.
Mhm.
So why are your perceived notions on me based off of what I look like, or based off
Mhm.
of something that history has been said? And who's to
Mhm.
say, like, their history books, are they teaching the correct history?
Mhm.
Because from my perspective, it seems like it's a lot of yes and no, you
Mhm.
know? Perfect example. Aaron, Aaron's dad, and Zeke.
Yeah.
All 3 of them are gonna have different views on what actually happened within their history, right?
Yeah.
Aaron's dad seems to think that no, they were the problem. Like the people that we ate, the people that we attacked, they were the problem, not us.
Yeah.
We need to fight to get our freedom. Zeke sees it as we're the problem.
Yeah.
And as of right now, I don't really know where Aaron stands, but I have a feeling that Aaron is probably looking at it as everybody sucks in this situation.
Mhm. It comes down to, like, who's to blame when
Oh,
history has been so long ago, like, who does it actually come down to? Where you're just coming back in a circle again and again, like a cycle of
well, and
hatred.
it's a circle. It's literally a circle of hatred that keeps getting passed down generation to generation to
Yep.
generation. Let's say that, like in Gabby's case, she had never, ever, ever, ever met anybody from Paradise Island until she went to the island,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Had she not gone to the island, she still would have harbored that hatred in her heart for these people, number 1, she's never met. She don't
Mhm.
know what they look like, she don't know what their mannerisms are, she don't know anything about them. She would have harbored that hate in her heart till the day that she died, and had she had been married and had children, like, the circle never ends. And
Yep.
so it's like, at what point in time is it going to stop? Like,
Yeah.
at what point in time is that hate for somebody else based off of what you think going to end? And
Yeah.
that's what I felt like was so powerful within this scene, is because all Gabby kept saying is, well, based off of history. Okay, well, how long ago was that?
Mhm.
It's like, well, your ancestors, well, why do I have to atone for what my ancestors did? That's what
And
they
the funny
did.
thing is they both have the same ancestor.
Exactly. That's the other part. She was like, well, your ancestors are traitors. It's like, okay, but ain't we the same?
Yeah. But she was
I was
like,
like, no,
"I'm not the
but
same because 'cause I'm
your
fighting y'all."
ancestors. Well, the viewpoint of for let me fight against my own people so that I can be accepted by people who don't even like me is
Yeah.
wild.
I mean, I do think that is a very like, strong coping mechanism. One, these Eldians were kind of split off from their own people. They were left behind to be left in these internment camps, like and another thing is, I think with any kind of war, in order to fight it, you a lot of people because a lot of people are not able to compartmentalize.
Mhm.
And people who do compartmentalize, people who do have empathy, those types of people, it is hard for them to
Mm.
fight oftentimes, particularly in war, because the moment you realize that the person you are fighting, the enemy you are fighting is just like you, their brother, their sister, they're someone's child, they're someone's parent, they're someone's friend, it becomes harder to kill somebody.
Right.
And I do think in war, sometimes people have to almost force and fake that belief of like, "Oh, no, those people are like devils, they're demons, they're evil,
Mhm.
they're not human." Because
Right.
in the end, then you're basically killing somebody who is just like you, and that is very difficult on the conscience. Even you can see it in the scouts, like, it's hard for them. John multiple of them were like, "Oh, it's a kid, like, I can't shoot." You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Um
then they all were like, "But she killed Sasha." Oh yeah. We gonna
Yeah, I
take
mean, they beat her
it.
up though, but, obviously
They
once you
beat
see
the
one of
brakes
your
off
own
of her.
get taken out, that's really that's a hard pill to swallow, but the fact that
Yeah.
they still kept her alive, like, it shows how good of people they still are inside, and actually, that's one of the reasons why the only person I really felt bad for in this part was, like, Faruko because he's kind, he's also self-aware, and he doesn't hold, like, a lot of bias despite how he
Mhm.
grew up and the way he was brainwashed and raised, just
Right.
like he was with, like, Guppy, and I think that's
Right.
why I like to see all the different characters because all these kids, like, Gubby and Faruko are, like, a great example of we grew up the same. We grew up with the same teachings, the same beliefs. We grew up
Mhm.
we're both trying to be, warrior candidates, and despite the fact that he was honestly used and manipulated by everyone around him, which I felt kinda
I
bad for,
know.
he still was just a kind, innocent boy, still raised in a hellish place, and
Mhm.
when he heard especially that scene where he heard what Aaron said to Reiner about, like, "Oh, we're the same," it clicked with him so quickly.
Mhm.
And then, of course, once he got to the island, he understood, like, oh my goodness. He probably thought about it and was thinking before he even saw those people, like, they're probably like me because he's seen the other wars, and
Right.
I know in him, he sees, like, these people are just other people in a different place, born to different parents, born in a different region, and that just happened by luck.
Mhm.
And the fact that it clicks with him so quickly that he's like, oh my gosh, they're just like us.
Right.
And the reason why they came to this place is because that's what we did to them.
Mhm.
It was revenge.
Mhm.
And they've seen this all their life, like and so I honestly love him, and I think him put against someone like Gubby, it really does show, like, the vast difference of human nature
Mhm.
and how empathy goes a long way. But I do think about the best soldiers, the strongest soldiers. They're people who believed that the enemy was evil. Look at Gubby, she's, like, phenomenal for a little child, like, she did spectacular. Look at Zeke. He's considered really good.
Mhm.
Aaron was incredibly focused and he did really good because he believed, "Oh, those Titans are our enemies. We can't give up."
Right.
And I do think when people don't have that, like, people like Armin, he has the brains, but he's still a little scared, or someone like Falco, they're not as strong because their will to, like, defeat the enemy is just not as strong, but their will to want to protect makes them a little bit like, helps to keep them stronger, and I do think that does make a difference in, like, soldiers,
Right.
and for anyone in the higher up, it's better to have soldiers who will look outward and blame others versus those who look inward, because those who look inward and become almost like self-aware, they're dangerous. They're more likely to think like, "Wait a minute, is this right?" And that's really dangerous for any type of military action or any war. Like, you don't want your people to start faltering and being like, "Hold on, wait a minute. This doesn't seem right," you know? Because at the end of the day, when you fight a war, you wanna win. But I will say, does Gabi not remind you of someone?
No?
Really? So I think when we're first introduced to her, she has, like, a little speech, but she's because they were asking, like, "Gabi, how are you so good?" Other kids, and she goes, "The difference between us is that I'm prepared, like, to shoulder the fate of us Eldians and to
Sakura!
slaughter." Eh? Sakura? No, someone in the anime.
Oh, someone in the anime. Oh.
Yeah, and she's like, "To shoulder the fate of us Eldians and to slaughter the island of devils who've done nothing but make us suffer. I'm gonna win this battle and prove that the Eldians left in the world are good Eldians. I refuse to lose till I free everyone from the internment zone." That's
Who
some
is
stuff
that?
Aaron would say.
Oh, no, don't compare her to Aaron.
She kind of is like Aaron. Season 1
No.
Aaron.
Here's the difference between Aaron and Gabby,
I mean, they're
okay?
not fully the same, but yeah.
They're not fully the same, all right? Aaron is going out for revenge. It started out as a revenge plot because of his mother. He literally watched his mother get eaten by a titan.
Mhm.
Gabby has been sheltered. I don't want to call her sheltered her whole life, but she's sheltered in the way of like she's never left the island, and her only goal is to prove that she is a good Eldian. That's it.
Yeah.
She's not out for revenge. I mean, now she kind of is, but
Yeah, I mean,
when we're first introduced to her, she's not out for revenge. She is out to basically prove that Eldians are worthy.
yeah,
Like there are good Eldians out there, which
yeah,
I'm like, I do not, I despise the phrase good Eldian. The whole time I hated it because she was like, well, I just want to be a good Eldian. No, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like, no,
yeah.
that's I don't like it. I do not like it.
Mhm.
Why are you working so hard to prove yourself to people who hate you? And I wanted what's her name? Peck?
Yeah,
Peak?
yeah.
Peak or
Poke,
Peck?
I don't know, peak, yeah.
Whatever her name is.
Mhm,
When she came in and she was like basically faking, saying that she was going to follow Aaron and blah blah blah. And she
mhm.
told Gabby, she was like, look, no matter how hard you work, they are not going to look at you as if you are a good Eldian. There's still gonna be people who are gonna spit on you. There's still gonna be people who hate you simply because of what you are, who you are.
Yeah,
Like they don't care to get to know you. And mind you, she was psyching Aaron out. She was trying to. I get that. But her words, I feel like needed to be a light bulb moment for Gabby.
mhm.
And the fact that Gabby didn't get that was, oh, that bothered me because it's like no matter how hard you try, people who are going to hate you are still going to hate you. And there's nothing in this world that you can do about it. No matter how hard you prove that you are one of the good Eldians, they are still going to hate you because guess what? Just as much as you've proved yourself to be a good Eldian, there's going to be people who are just proving 10 times more that there are bad Eldians out there, and thus they're going to hate your whole race simply because of that one bad apple.
Mhm. I mean, that's not just a Gubby thing, that's, like, the whole and probably almost all of the people left, like, all in the internment camps. Many of them believe that so strongly because they believe they'll have a chance to be a almost like a Marley, like, be free from their, I guess, their ancestors' sins and whatnot, if they do well and they hate on their people on the island, and I do think for many of them, that's the light at the end of the tunnel because they have no other hope. For
But
them, there's nothing else, and
that's
so I
the
think
one thing that I'm
they
just
hold on to that.
I get that, but it's like if that is the case, they need to hold that same ideal with the aliens in Paradise Island,
Yeah, and I
and they
do think
don't.
no, because it's basically hypocrisy, you know? They have to harbor that hate so that the blame is not put inward. It has like, when it comes down to it, most humans are incapable of looking inward. It's too hard. It's so much harder to do that. It's so much harder
Yeah,
to be like, "Wait a minute, this ain't right," versus, "Oh my god, no, they're bad."
right.
Life is easier when you can point the finger. It really is.
Yeah.
And
That's
I think
sad though.
it is sad, but I think that's what you can see, like, the other characters, and I do think that's what makes a really good person, and that's the difference between a lot of these characters, and even in with the scouts, like, you can see, like, John like, they all notice it, they all know it, but
Mhm.
it's war, so they have to fight. They would rather not if they had the choice, obviously, but they have to do it, and I do think Gabi is sort of like a parallel was kind of written as a parallel of Aaron. They're different characters, obviously, but think about it. If she was in Aaron's position, her type of character, she would probably become very similar to him. You know, want that revenge, heart because that's literally her in a different font. And then if Aaron grew up,
All caps.
mhm, if imagine Aaron grew up in the internment camp instead. I feel like he would probably be similar to someone like Gabi. He wouldn't be like Faruko. He wouldn't be
Or
like the other like
he might be similar to Zeke.
yeah, possibly, yeah.
At the end of the day, it seems like the Marley Eldians are basically fighting so that they can get some sense of freedom, which is never promised.
Yeah,
Like they don't
it's not.
actually have a written document that says, "Look, we promise we not gonna be mean to y'all more if y'all
Mhm,
become honorary aliens."
yeah. But there
And
is
it's
some, like,
like
benefits, like, their family gets a little bit of benefits and stuff, so
just a
it's
little
kind of
bit
like an
better
incentive.
treatment, but
Yeah.
that's still like, they still have to wear their armbands, they still
Yep,
have to which they get it like a different color armband, but the armband still signifies that they're Eldian, and just
yep,
because that they are now honorary Marlians, that doesn't necessarily mean, like, "We
they're
gonna treat
free.
you right." I mean, like,
Yep.
was it Falco's dad? His biological father was a person of Marley, right?
Mhm.
And when he sees him, he's like, "Oh, don't like your mother was despicable, and I can't believe like she actually gave birth to you, and like don't even come in here, like you're gonna ruin my whole life, and they're gonna kill me if they find out." He was like, "I don't care if you are an honorary ill like Marley, you will never be one of like." I was like, dang. Or the doctor that basically became friends with Zeke when he said he hid the fact that he was Eldian. He got married and had a kid with a woman from Marley. And basically when she found out that he was Eldian, she killed herself and her son.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Zeke's
The
predecessor.
Yeah, his predecessor
Mm,
was like, okay, well, no matter how much you prove to yourself that you are a good Eldian, like there's still people who are gonna resent you just for you being an Eldian.
yep.
Oh man, this season, oh, I honestly wish I could just do more of a deep dive into the race part of
Yeah.
the show because it really resonated with me. I'm not gonna lie. Like in all of the anime that I've seen, there is not an anime out there that dives this deep and
Mhm.
is so historically accurate when it comes to like race relations, when it comes to self hatred just because of this, when it comes to trying to people please, when it comes to, you know, fighting for the right and or wrong thing and go about it either the right way or the wrong way. War, internment camps, like
Yep.
I am speechless. I know I've
Yep.
been talking a lot, but I am speechless because
No,
I
and this
don't
is
know
why I
how to
wanted
put it
you to
into
see
words.
it, because I wanted to know, like, your opinions, and there's also more, like, as the season goes on, there's even
Mhm,
more questions about morality and what is there right, is there wrong, like, the
mhm,
gray area, and I think that's what's so good about this story because it really delves into all of that, and I think even at the end, you get to learn about a person when you kind of see where their head is at, like, who would you have been? What would you have done, you know? And I feel like
mhm.
there's so many questions that it offers up, and that's why, like, I wanted you to watch it because I knew you would understand and you would be able to, like, think and relate, you know?
Yeah, this I
There's
mean,
so many
cause
aspects.
it honestly speaking, like,
It hits a
whoever
little too
made
close to
this,
home.
it did. That's the thing. It hit like, there were certain scenes and phrases and things that, like, had happened, and I get how they are feeling. Like, I get how the aliens are feeling. I get how, um, at least the ones that, like, live on Miley, like, I understand, like, they're working their butts off just so that they can be accepted, and it's like, "Okay, well,
Mhm.
you probably are not gonna be accepted." But
Yeah.
they have not come to that conclusion yet. They're
Yeah.
like, "Well, if we can just get somebody in our family to become an honorary, then all of us will be treated better. All of us will become accepted because we all become honorary." And it's like, I mean, even with honorary title, that doesn't turn off somebody's feelings towards you.
Yeah. And I do think I like that because this season you start to get picture of almost all kinds of people, and you get a little view of everybody
Mhm.
else, you know, not just the people on the island, but you get a view of, like, where the rest of the people like, where they're at and their mindset and their fear and all of that, and it's kind of like almost everybody's, like, relatable to an extent, you know? Like, you
Right.
can understand the reason they do things. Doesn't
Mhm.
mean you agree with it, but you understand, and I do feel like they depicted that really well,
This
and
anime depicts human nature very like, historical human nature, like, over
yeah.
generations, history, things that have happened all across the globe. Not just
Yep.
in America, not just in Japan, not just in Europe, like, literally all across the globe. It's
Mhm.
depicted so well, and then you even have an added layer of that, and you start seeing people of different backgrounds, people of different races, people
Yep.
of different ethnicities coming around, and it's like mind blown.
It I think, yeah, it and it does also hurt because honestly, I kind of forgot Zeke's plan in the beginning. I remember the whole gist of it, but I kind of
Mhm,
forgot, like, what went down with, like, the negotiations and the possible, like, peace treaties with I think the Hizuru, like, the people. Because at the end of the story, I had my own opinions, right, obviously,
mhm.
and I was when I first started, I was like, "Wait a minute, why did I think the way I did?" And then as the story kept going, I was like, "Oh, that's why." And it really kind of hurts because I feel like watching it again, I realize I can see the background, like the military aspect and the peace, like the treaty aspect. I pay more attention to that this time around, and it
Mhm.
really is like all these countries and people are out for themselves.
Yeah.
And Paradise Island, like, it has a lot of valuable resources, and I think that there's a scene where they could trade with many other places to garner peace or, like, alliance, but I think the Hizuru people, they wanted to monopolize their trade. That was, like,
Right.
kind of the condition they would work with them, and they wouldn't help them trade with others, and the thing is, they also said they want the world to think that they are the root of all evil so that the rest of the world stays united. So, in the end, what it
Ugh.
always ends up coming down to is basically us or them, and I
Mhm.
that just hurt my soul because I'm like, that's truly how
The world
the ruling
is
class, like, the people who control everything, that's how they make it, like,
it's
almost
either them
impossible.
well, it's like, it's either
Mhm.
us or it's you,
Yes.
and I wanna save my own behind, so I guess you
Yeah,
gonna have to be the one that's gonna have to suffer.
exactly.
Oh.
Because, like, who wouldn't choose their own, their own? Like, when Aaron has that moment, I think when they were talking about, like, he was saying, like, "Oh, we have to decide, like, who's gonna take over after me," and
Mhm.
he's like, "I don't want any of you to inherit it because you
Because
guys
I
are more
love you
important to me than anyone
guys.
else."
Yes.
And
That
the
hurt my
reality is, though,
heart.
if you had the option, I think probably everybody would more than likely choose their people, right? Their friends, their
Mhm.
family, the people they love, like, and it's not wrong, like, you know what I mean? But it's so hard, like, war is so hard, you know?
It is.
But I have one last question for you regarding
Yep.
this.
Mhm.
Um, what did you think of, like, Zeke's plan?
Mm.
So I think the gist was basically Historia would keep, I'm gonna say, breeding kids, and she would
Yeah,
have the
wait, pause real
yeah,
quick. Historia,
mhm.
I forgot. Ooh, I completely forgot. Historia gets pregnant by who? I
He's
know
some
they
rando.
explained it. Okay, see, okay, great.
He's
He
just a
is some
rando.
rando. Okay, great.
So Zeke's original outward plan he discussed would be
Mhm.
basically passing down, Historia and her lineage, like the royal, and they would use mini rumblings, right? That was the original, or still probably is the plan.
Mhm.
Um, and doing the deal with the Hizuru people, like, what did you think of that? Like, first off, would you have signed off on that, or would you been
I
like,
don't.
"What?"
I don't think I would have,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, Zeke's basically trying to kill everybody. So that
Euthanize them, yeah.
yeah,
I was
he's
gonna say,
like,
what did
look.
you think of that plan? Because they didn't know about that one.
No, they didn't. Levi got
No.
that out, and he was like, "What in the world?"
Mhm. What did you think of
Um,
that plan?
Zeke spent too much time at his grandparents'. That's literally what I thought. Because here is Aaron and Zeke's dad trying to basically get Zeke to basically turn against all his teachings, right? His
Mhm.
grandparents are in the background like, "Your daddy crazy.
Yeah.
We know we raised him, but your daddy crazy. This is the true history, okay? Don't listen to what your daddy said. He crazy." He's a people pleaser, an extreme people pleaser, extreme people pleaser. So much so, in order to please his new friend, the doctor, aka
Mhm.
his predecessor, he
AKA his
reported his
new father.
parents. Yeah, he reported his parents. Okay.
Yeah.
In order to please his grandparents, he joined the military and worked his butt off to try to become an honorary alien. I feel like he is moving because he's trying to please the people of Marley.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
because he knows the people of Marley hate all aliens, he was like, "We're the problem, so I'm just gonna wipe us all out, and then they'll be happy." Like,
Yeah.
he's an extreme people pleaser who spent too much time with his grandparents.
Yeah, I also think they do mention, like, I wish his thought is, "I wish I was never born." That is his strong belief.
Yeah.
He's like, that's almost like Aaron's, like, "I wanna be free" thing. He's like, "I wish I was never
Mhm.
born." Like, everyone would have been better off if I was never here, and I think he's just applying that logic to everybody. So he's like, "Imma make sure nobody else is
Mhm.
born."
He was like, "Look, we all feel the same way, right?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna make this wish come true. We gonna take
Yeah.
everybody out. We gonna try using the rumbling. We're gonna try to kill as many of us as we possibly can. And then whoever's left, they're just gonna die off in a couple of years. So then we'll be good. Like, we gonna make sure there's no more kids. There's no more, people getting pregnant. Like,
Mhm.
ooh, that's
Yeah.
all I got to
That
say about him because he local for real."
Oh, man. Well, I cannot wait for you to see the rest. I am honestly genuinely curious as to, in the end, what, because I feel like in the end, everyone has kind of makes a decision of what path they would choose.
Mhm.
I'm really curious to see what path you would choose in the end. It'll be exciting to see. I
Right now, I'm
cannot
not
wait.
on anybody's side.
Yeah, you're just like, "F yeah."
I'm just like, I'm gonna go over here. That war, y'all can keep that over there. I'm sit over here with my sunglasses and my popcorn. I'm gonna watch y'all from a distance. I don't want no
Well, we
parts of
shall find
this.
out. We shall find out when you can't watch from the sidelines, when you can't just eat the popcorn, what you will have to choose.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
After
yeah,
this
you guys
recording, I will be starting.
good. Oh my god,
part
look how
2.
excited she is, guys. This is crazy.
Because you let me leave off on the worst part. You had me, y'all. She literally texted me a breakdown, and she was like, "And you bet not. She don't even live here, and I got threatened via text.
Yes.
You better
I
not
said,
start the next
"You
episode." I was
you can
like,
only watch part
"Dang."
1 because we need to review this, and then you can watch part 2."
Like, you gonna fly down here just to knock me out if I watch this
Mhm.
started episode. And she was like, "And you better not do it by mistake, okay? Do you hear me?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am. All right, I'll finish." I
Good.
finished it last week in like 2 days and was like, "Okay, let's hurry up and do this episode so I can watch the next episode."
Well, you guys can stay tuned because she's gonna watch it pretty fast. So we'll do
Yeah.
another review of season 4, part 2.
Mhm.
Be sure to stay tuned for that because it's gonna get good. Ichigo's gonna have a lot of opinions.
I do. I got a
I'm
lot.
also for the question, what do you guys think? Do you think Ichigo's gonna like the next part, or do you think she's gonna be even more annoyed with certain characters and certain people? Let us know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Anime Sekai Podcast and tune in 2 weeks, guys. Thanks for joining us, guys. Talk to you next time. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Catch you in 2 weeks.